Hello, everyone, and welcome back to People Do Wanna Know podcast. I have a really phenomenal guest today. I don't think I've laughed this much during any other episode, so I'm really excited to introduce you to Mike Indursky. Mike Indursky is the founder and CEO of Hear Me Raw. Hear Me Raw is a plant-powered refillable skincare company that Mike runs with his daughter, Emma. They offer only 5 skincare products, at least for now, because they believe skincare should be simple but effective. As Mike will tell you, their cleanser product is running for a Best Cleanser of the Year award. Mike has spent the last 30 years in the beauty and wellness business. Before Hear Me Raw, he served as the president of Bliss, which is the leading global spa brand. Mike actually helped in the December 2015 sale of its parent company, Steiner Leisure, for $920 million. Prior to Bliss, Mike was the CMO of Burt's Bees, the leading global natural personal care company, where he helped lead the growth of the brand, resulting in a sale to Clorox for $950 million. When it was sold for $950 million, that was equivalent to a $775 million increase in enterprise value in just 4 years. And before these 2 big milestones, Mike was an executive at L'Oreal for Maybelline and Garnier. And before that, he also spent 11 years at Unilever, where he was SVP of Strategic Planning and Marketing for all of the fragrance and cosmetic brands, including Calvin Klein, Vera Wang, and others. Mike is a 2-time winner of Advertising Age's Top Marketers of the Year, WWD's Most Innovative Marketer, Beyond Beauty's Honoree of the Year, and a frequent public speaker. He currently lives in Soho, New York. I mean, the bio speaks for itself. Mike is a really accomplished, brilliant individual who is also incredibly fun and easy to listen to, so he makes for the perfect podcast guest. In this episode, he'll talk about his career, lessons he's learned about marketing and doing business, and he'll have you laughing the whole time. Just wait until you get to the tactical frying pan part. Okay. A fun fact about Mike is he was even on reality TV, which is not surprising in the slightest, honestly. He's so hilarious and amazing. I am just really excited for this episode. Okay, he's one of those people I could talk to for hours, and even in the smallest interaction, I feel like I learn something new from him every time. I want to also tell you real quick about how Mike and I met. We have a mutual friend, Daniel, that hosted a dinner on Friday night and invited both Mike and I. Shout out to Daniel. He is a great guy. And at that dinner, I knew almost instantly that Mike is a People Do Wanna Know. So I spent the whole evening chatting with him, laughing, etc. There's really not a topic you can't discuss with Mike. Now, I do want to call out a point of difference that I probably have with Mike on skincare. For reference, Mike's credentials are 30 years of experience and a passion for environmentalism, and my credentials are I'm a skincare snob and have what people often tell me is good skin. So just take it with a grain of salt. In the episode, Mike discusses that there's a common misconception that synthetic or scientifically derived ingredients, I forgot the exact term he uses, but that they're more effective than natural ingredients in skincare. He draws the example of some kind of ingredient that's meant to be a natural equivalent to retinol that he would feel more comfortable using than scientifically derived retinol or tretinoin. I don't disagree with him that our beauty and skincare industry uses a lot of ingredients that are harmful and even carcinogenic. With that said, I disagree that natural ingredients are as effective as scientifically derived ingredients in all cases. Products that are made in a lab, granted, they should be safe when they're made in a lab, they do end up being more efficient or quote-unquote working harder than some natural products. Especially if you have complicated skin conditions, acne, etc., medical grade or products that are derived in a lab may be better for you and maybe the only thing that works for you. Medical grade skincare, unlike drugstore skincare or regular skincare, however you want to think of it, it also has a higher burden of proof to be on the market. From my understanding, a brand like Skin Medica, which is a high-end medical grade skincare brand, has to demonstrate research-backed findings for its claims. Natural skincare, let's even take Mike's Burt's Bees or Origins, another natural brand, they don't have to demonstrate anything to be on the market. What it comes down to is you're just going to have to experiment and find what works for your skin. For example, I use quite a few medical grade skincare products. Tretinoin, some of Dr. Dennis Gross products, they work. Exfoliating with a clay mask is not going to be as effective as Dr. Dennis Gross exfoliating pads. It's just not. Maybe if I use the clay mask every single day, sure, but This is what I mean when I talk about efficiency. Ultimately, all of this falls on a spectrum, and I'd say I'm somewhere in between. I have both natural and medical grade skincare products. I told you all I'm a skincare snob. I'm passionate about this stuff. I freaking love skincare and beauty. Mind you, I only became this way as an adult. As a teenager, I used literally the most horrific products on my skin, mainly because that's what we had available back then. So I'm also just kind of grateful to people like Mike who have innovated within the skincare industry and frankly raised the bar for the products that we see today. It gave me a new passion and also made my skin great. So thanks, Mike. And thank you to the skincare scientists. Anyway, please enjoy this episode. Hello, Mike. Welcome to People Do Wanna Know podcast.
I am so freaking excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this.
I am so excited as well. Let's get right to it. Tell us about yourself. What do you do and how did you get there?
I'm just a crazy kid from the Bronx who made it. No, I am from the Bronx, actually. I live downtown in Soho. I've been in the beauty business for over 30 years. I didn't choose to be in the beauty business. I never expected to go into it. I didn't expect to still be doing it. I wanted to be in sports or entertainment, but I got into it early and I was really good at it. Here I am, just still trying to make people look and feel fantastic. And my career actually started after grad school. I went to this company that was called Cheeseboro Ponds, and it was a division of Unilever. And I chose it because the companies I was interviewing with all had one same type of employee. They all had the same attitudes. They all looked the same. They dressed the same. They sounded the same. But this Cheeseboro Ponds place, everyone was very different. And I thought I can fit in an environment where everyone's different. I can't fit in an environment where I'm the only one who's different. So I went to this place and they started me on oral care, then deodorants. Then they put me back on oral care. Now, if you're in marketing, you would know that the first big position is brand manager. So I became a brand manager after 2 years, which is very fast. And I was brand manager of Other Oral. That was my title. Brand manager of Other Oral. So there was the oral care brands. The big ones were Close Up, this thing called Menta. I had the other ones. So my title was Other Oral, which is the worst title, aside from maybe Other Anal, that you could possibly have on a company. So, well, it was in other brand manager for Other Oral. It's weird. So then I did great stuff there, and they moved me to skincare. I said, why are they putting me on skincare? I don't know anything about this. Women have eye creams and nose creams and face creams. And the first couple of months, I was a little bit lost. And then it just hit me. It's about you're making women feel great about themselves. It's fast moving. It's trend driven. It's color driven. You're working with great photographers. You're innovating. You work with models. I said, this is pretty damn good. I'd rather do this than marketing dog food or kitty litter. So I was having a great time, and I wound up quadrupling the business, and they were so happy. They put me on detergents, and it was their biggest brands. And I said, I have $1 billion P&L. I have a $1 billion business, and I hated it because I had no interest in laundry. So I told them I needed to move out, and they made me senior vice president of marketing for all the Unilever cosmetic brands, which was Calvin Klein, Lagerfeld, Trudy, Chloe, Valentino, BCBG, Nautica, Vera Wang. So I did that. And then after
those all belong to Unilever?
Yeah, at the time they did.
Wow.
Now I think they're all with Coty.
Okay.
So then after that, I wanted to devote my time in beauty, and Unilever had nothing else to offer. So I decided, this is after about 11 years I stayed there. I went to go to L'Oreal, and L'Oreal is just the best in beauty. They have high end, they have mass, they're in every category, male, female, they're just the best. And it is not an easy place to be. I'm a Francophile, so I say this with love. They're French. I'm very passionate. Things can get really heated, and I loved it. And you learn a lot there. And after I ran Maybelline, and then I ran Garnier. And I was there for Garnier at the launch, and we just killed it. So then I decided, I did this kind of got introspective and thought about what do I really want? And I wanted to join a company that has a conscience, that has a cause orientation, that is trying to do what's best for people, that's environmental. I was always an environmentalist and I'm a healthy person, so I wanted to get to more naturals. And I wanted to go into a company that's owned by private equity so I can get compensated for my value. And I literally put it in the spirit world. Didn't start searching, didn't do anything. I put it in the spirit world, that's what I wanted. I'm not that type of guy, but just energetically. And in 2 weeks, I get a call from Burt's Bees. So I wound up joining Burt's Bees. and became their chief marketing officer. And the company was bought for $177 million by the private equity company. We blew it up, and we wound up selling it in 4 years for $950 million. So we made a $775 million market cap increase, which was incredible. So I'm really happy. They made me stay an extra year because it was bought by Clorox, and they needed my expertise because they knew nothing about personal care. And we won awards. We did amazing stuff, but it was a great team. The timing was perfect. Anyway, so I wound up going to be the CEO of Bliss, the spa wellness company. And I was the CEO there for 6 years, and we wound up selling that and the parent company for about $925 million. And I said, that's it. I'm not working for anyone again. I've done it. I have the means to just do things on my own. So with that, as I was creating my new brand, which I'll talk about in a second, I worked with Scarlett Johansson to develop her skincare line for about 3 years. And there's a time I thought, maybe this is what I'll do, because all of a sudden I'm having meetings with Common and Khalees and Terry Crews. Says, oh, I'll be the celebrity beauty whisperer. I'll help them develop these brands. But then I realized, as lovely as they are, and they are, it's just a side project for them. And I want to be the dog at the end of someone's leash. So I decided not to do that. I came with my own line. It's called Hear Me Raw, R-A-W. It's run by me and my daughter. And it's skincare that's powerful. You feel it right away. It's plant-based. It's all plants, mineral-based. We source our ingredients globally. We make it locally. It's simple. There's only 5 products. Cleanser, moisturizer, and 3 treatments. And sustainable. It's 1 jar, and we have refill pods. And we use about 86% less packaging than our competitors. So I've been doing that for 4 years. And one of our products was a mushroom cleanser called Good Clean Fungi, is up for the best cleanser of the year. And the awards are going to be November 21st. We made the finals. There's us against 4 other people. And I just hope we win and kick some ass.
Wait, that's awesome. Do people vote, or it's like a panel of experts that votes?
The organization is a CEW, Cosmetic Executive Women, and the members can vote. And that's how it's determined. The good thing is it's your peers and anyone in the industry is voting for it. The problem is there's only 4 people in my company. Everyone else is outsourced. The people in L'Oreal, there's like thousands and thousands. So it's going to be really hard to win this one. But I have hope. I have hope. I think we'll win. No, I know we'll win.
There we go. But also it's fun to be the underdog, because the fact that you're on the same lineup with brands that have years of research and hundreds of people behind them is already impressive in and of itself.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you something funny. So I've been doing this forever. And they used to have the award ceremonies in the Waldorf Astoria. And when you win, you get this glass statuette. It's a Lalique glass statuette of a female nude. And when I'd win one, I was fortunate enough to win a bunch, I'd always give it to my mom, because my mom loved Lalique. They changed it after 1 year. Now it's just like a round glass thing that says CEW in it. So I said, Mom, listen, they don't do the Lalique things anymore. I'm sorry. So you won't be getting them anymore. So that's too bad. I was making good money on them. I said, what do you mean? She was selling the awards.
She's so smart.
It's so classic my mother. I'm giving these awards out of act of love, and she's just selling them. Gotta love the mom. She was the best.
It's where you get your entrepreneurial genes, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We could do a whole story about my mom. She was the best.
This is how you know you're speaking to a Jewish man.
Yeah.
That is immediately how you know.
Two things. I'll just say this. When we had her service, when she passed away, she said, this isn't a tragedy. She was 87. She had a great life. It was her time. I said, we're not going to mourn. We're going to celebrate. And we told stories that she would either told us, she would have laughed at, but nothing would be disrespectful. The funeral director said, I've never heard as much laughter coming out of a service in all my years here as this one. The rabbi said, I've never heard the word erection in a funeral service ever until today.
Oh my gosh. This is on brand for you. I'm still praying that you sign up for the stand-up comedy class, because the world needs to hear.
I'm going to do it. I am absolutely going to do it. I have some acts down. I'm ready to do it. You actually were the one who helped. You're the catalyst. You're going to make me do it.
I would love to actually sign up for a second class just so I can be in your class and can watch you grow.
When I'm on HBO, I'll tell you what time it's on.
I'll get a shit. Okay, so I want to talk about your cleanser for a second because I actually had the lucky privilege to try it. And this is not a well-known or well-publicized fact about me, but I am a big skincare snob. And I do once in a while get some nice compliments on my skin because I work really hard on it.
You do have great skin.
Thank you. I really liked your cleanser. What I liked about it is it has little scrub balls in it. I don't know if that's the right technical term. Scrub beads?
Yeah, I think beads are better than balls.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but.
So scrub beads, and it like really cleans your skin because of it. It smells really good. Your skin feels a little bit taut after, so you know you got a good cleanse. And I think you have a good chance of winning this thing, and they would be remiss not to give it to you.
It's absolutely incredible cleanser. So just to talk a little bit about it, it's a quadruple mushroom cleansing balm. It uses 4 mushrooms: oyster mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, chaga mushrooms, and tremolo mushrooms. The scrubby beads are jojoba beads. The reason why we did this is, fun fact, they use oyster mushrooms to clean oil spills in the ocean. I read that years ago, and that was the beginning of the thought on this. So I said, if it cleans oil in the oceans, how does it clean oil on your skin? It does incredibly well. So rather than using sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, which most cleansers use, which is a detergent, we're using this natural product, this natural ingredient, which, think about it, mushrooms decompose everything, right? In the forest and everything. They are the natural waste removers, right? Oyster mushrooms, which are incredibly high in nutrients, vitamins, and omegas, which SLS doesn't have. So that helps remove oil. Reishi mushrooms help thicken the dermis and epidermis. Chaga mushrooms are high in polysaccharides, so they increase collagen production. Tremolo mushrooms are so highly moisturized, they hold 1,000 times its weight in water. And these all do it naturally and better than their synthetic alternatives because your body recognizes natural ingredients. It doesn't recognize synthetic. And that's why people break out. That's why people have clogged pores and all those other reasons because they're using products that are synthetic that your body doesn't recognize. And the jojoba beads do the exfoliation. And it's a beautiful product, incredibly well made. And the one thing is, and I'll stop talking about it, but I'm a cynic in my industry because everyone's bullshitting the customer and it makes me sick. And that's why I'm doing this. And all these brands call themselves natural, and you open up and they're all white. Every single one white. If you're using oyster mushroom, chaga, tremolo, you should be seeing some brown in there. Our moisturizer is pink. Why? Because you use prickly pear, which is cactus flower. It's a pink fruit. It has maki berry, which is pink. It has watermelon oil, Mexican poppy stem cells. It's got red ingredients. If it's only white, there's something not right about it. When people say their stuff is natural, it's more often than not. It's naturally inspired.
The whole time you were talking, I just couldn't stop thinking, beauty is in the eye of the bead holder.
The bead.
Which is so dumb. I'm sorry.
I've heard worse, but not today, to be honest with you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That is. And it makes me wonder, how did you get into marketing specifically? How did you know you wanted to do marketing?
Honestly, that's a great question. I decided to get into marketing. It wasn't by choice. I went to one college, upstate college, Stony Brook. Was pre-med, pre-law, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just playing hockey all the time, but wasn't really taking my thing seriously. Then I went to McGill in Montreal to be the first on my mother's side, these poor Abramovich kids, the first one to ever graduate college. But I was not in the right mindset for that. Then I went to Baruch in the city. I'm just taking different courses, and I took a marketing course, and I said, this I like. This I like. It's a great mix between being super creative and super financial oriented and data oriented. And I loved it. And you kind of have both ends of that. But I was definitely more creative. That's where I broke apart from my peers.
And the skincare industry in general, I mean, we have like 10-year-olds lining up outside of Sephora, probably the most product we've ever seen on shelf in terms of skincare. What's going on with the industry?
I think people are realizing that fragrance, makeup is temporary. Skincare is permanent in that it's having effects on your skin beyond the day. Okay. And what you do today does affect you tomorrow. And I think it's good some ways that younger kids are looking at it, but I don't know, maybe it's a generational difference in me. I think it's completely wrong that we're robbing kids of childhoods, that they're worried about this and how they look on TikTok at such early ages. Is just not right, but that's where the world is, and you just have to adapt to it. We're not aiming at that audience. That's not who we're looking at. But I would say that some of the biggest misconceptions are the more products, the better. That's the worst thing you can do, right? It's the fewest products is the best. The average product might have 30 ingredients. You have 10 products, that's 300 ingredients you're putting on. And you don't know what they're doing to your skin. Are they exacerbating problems? Are they making problems going away? Are they offsetting each other? But just the idea of layering and the physical abuse and the amount of stuff you're putting on, if we needed that, we'd been born that way. So I just tell people, you get a great cleanser because you need to get all this crap off your skin so it could function. Use a great moisturizer, and that's it. I mean, sunscreen is always great for people who want to prevent signs of aging and also getting melanomas and stuff. And if you need a treatment, like an acne treatment, or you want to get an anti-aging treatment, get one. But the people using 5 and 6 and 7 steps, and when the Korean 16, 12-step regimens were so hot, it's nonsense. It's bad for you. That's one thing. And the second thing is there's a thought that synthetic ingredients are better than natural ingredients. That's completely not true. Every synthetic ingredient is based on a natural ingredient. They did it to make it cheaper and faster and more reliably. But I would use bakuchiol, which is a natural retinol, over synthetic retinol because my body recognizes it. It's simple as that. And when you put some of these things on your body that your body doesn't recognize, it says, what do I do with this? Do I crap it out of my system? Do I reject it and it becomes acne? Or does it fall somewhere in my bloodstream and affect my hormones? And so many ingredients, 88 ingredients in 72,000 products have been cited for causing hormone disruption, being co-carcinogens or carcinogenic. So why do that to yourself? Go with natural product. If it's done right, it'll be more effective than any synthetic product and safer.
I also think a big misunderstanding is a lot of your skin health, honestly, is genetics. Like, I have good skin because my mom has amazing skin. And I can tell that half of the work, or even more than half, I would say 70% of the work comes from just your genes and what kind of cards you get served. Absolutely.
It's no different than we have this weird thing in my family where my brother and I have this insane cholesterol where we've got like 170 of the good and 40 of the bad. And most people have it exactly opposite. And it's all genetic. I'd like to say it's because of my healthy lifestyle, eating salmon all the time and exercising a lot. But the truth is that helps it, but it's all really about genetics. And your skin's no different because your skin is an organ.
You killed me with the Japanese breakfast. So Mike eats what he calls Japanese breakfast, which is salmon for breakfast, like grilled or baked salmon.
Grilled salmon, miso soup with seaweed and shiitake mushrooms, pickled vegetables, and cooked bok choy. I don't do the rice. When I first started doing it, and I'm a thin guy, like very thin, I lost 10 pounds in a month, but my energy level, it doesn't go up and down. It just stays straight like a motor. I work right through lunch, don't have to eat again. You look at people in Japan, they're all thin. And part of it's their diet. Our diets are horrible.
Do you drink coffee or no?
No, I drink tea all the time. I always have I carry a thermos around all the time. And then now I switch to vodka.
I got you. I was also thinking about Asian skincare. So I went to Korea and Japan this past year, and a big investigation I did. Now, I'm no expert, but a big investigation I did is around Asian skincare. And I found that a lot of it is not legit.
I think that there are some brands that are better than others. I think that their attention to detail from an aesthetic standpoint is off the charts. The feel of the product is amazing. The packaging is amazing. Their sense of aesthetics is just like it's through the roof. And I think overall much better than ours. Even our prettiest stuff is garish. But the formulas, I honestly, I think most of these things are so similar. And even similar between like the mass brands and the prestige brands. They really don't do that much different, I believe. But it's all marketing. Yeah, I might as well spend $300 for La Mer because they used it in NASA or something like that. It's a great story. But does it have that much different effect on your skin? Is it worth that money? I don't think so.
So actually, when I first moved to New York, I ended up at some guy's like New Year's party. He rented out an art gallery and he invited all of his friends, and it was like black tie. So I came all dressed up, like I did my hair. It was the first time I ever went to Dry Bar. I was 21 years old. And it was all these who's, fancy schmancies. And I worked at Nielsen at the time, and my client was L'Oreal.
Interesting.
Yes. And there was a woman there who worked for Estee Lauder, which La Mer maybe still belongs to Estee Lauder. And she had a few drinks and she was like drunk. And she goes, I don't know why anybody buys La Mer. They use water from the Hudson. It's not even good.
That's hysterical. I'm sure the quality is good, but do you really think that you put 10, 20 anti-aging products against each other, you can tell the difference between them? It's what feels best on your skin. You can't tell how much of a difference it makes versus the other one makes. It's just how it feels on your skin is 90% of it, to be honest with you.
I have a question for you.
Yes. 6 foot tall and single. Just put it out there.
Yeah. If you're listening, Mike is in fact single. I don't know how, but he be.
I don't know how. God knows I'm trying.
Mike is on Raya. So.
Gee, thank you for sharing that. Anyway, what was the question you wanted to ask?
Yes. My question is around marketing in general. So people come to you not even for beauty or skincare marketing, but because you are a storyteller. And I think you just understand how to position products and how to talk about products in a captivating way, in a way that makes sense to a consumer, in a way that they understand what to do with that product. Are there any tried and true rules or principles of marketing that you swear by?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's the rules that you can read in any book that on marketing. I'll tell you rules that I've created for myself. If you're a smaller brand versus the brand you're going against, you have to do things different in proportion to the degree you're smaller. If I'm going up against a larger brand and I do what they do, I message like they message, I get influencers like they get influencers, all I'm doing is the same thing they're doing, spending less money. And that's a recipe for disaster. So I have to do things completely different from everybody. It has to be relevant and meaningful, but it has to be different. That has been my way of working since I first started. Everything I've done something different than people, and never thought about that. I have this ad that's on my wall, a print ad from a long time ago. We made these pore strips, right? Remember those berry pore strips? But I did it for this brand called Pond's. And we had this print ad. It said, bye-bye blackheads. And it would say, use this to get rid of your blackheads, and different like sound bites. So then the agency comes to me and says, this is a long time ago, and says, look, Seinfeld is going off the air. They're doing special issues of magazines about Seinfeld going off the air. Should we get in it? Should we want to buy an ad? I said, yeah, but like if we buy an ad, it's just an ad. But if we make it relevant to Seinfeld, so we changed bye-bye blackheads to bye-bye Seinfeld. And said, with Thursday nights, with Jerry gone, use Thursday nights to get rid of blackheads. Then one said, works better than the astronaut pen. Another one said, how else would a lady unclog her pores? So we did this. It felt good. We put it out there. Next thing you know, Oprah on one of her shows, she's saying, well, some people are spending millions of dollars to be on the last episode. Some smart marketers like this are doing this. Look at this ad. And she's talking about my ad. And I'm being interviewed on MSNBC and CNBC and FNN, whatever, Finance News Network. I'm all over the news for this one print ad because no one else would think to do that. But it was relevant because it was about the pore strip and the characters. We've done so many different things on Burt's Bees and Bliss. So you have to do things differently in the proportion where you're smaller. The second thing is if you're doing some type of activation campaign, it has to make you nervous. And you have to decide whether it's good nervous or bad nervous. If it's bad nervous, you don't do it. But sometimes people get nervous. Oh, I don't know if we should do that. I'm scared. Why? No one's ever done it before. That's good. Now, why haven't they done it before? Because they haven't thought about it before. And you have to do something that makes you nervous. You know those makeup towelettes? The first brand to do that was Pond's. I did that. They didn't exist. I had the idea because I was testing those towelettes as moisturizers, as a moisturizing thing. And then separately, we were looking at doing a new makeup remover. I said, hey, maybe we put them together. Maybe make a makeup remover wipes. Just threw it out there. And we try it. We do focus groups, and it blows up. Everyone's like, wow, this is amazing. I would do this in a second. I would get my towels dirty. I said, this is great. No, I don't know if we should do this. Why? Because no one's done it. Aha. Why is no one done it? We were the first to do it. And we wound up being like the number 2 product in all of mass skincare when it launched. Number 2. Crazy.
And now it's Neutrogena or who? Because I don't see the makeup wipes that often anymore.
It's Neutrogena. They just totally took it over. But that was long after I was gone, to be clear.
What else you got? These are really good rules.
Yeah. When we were at, let's say, Burt's Bees, which was fun, our main competition was a chapstick. So we did this ad. It was a close-up woman. The lips are shiny from lip balm. And it said, how do you get all the moisture without the muck? And then it would show beeswax versus petrolatum. So beeswax, what we used in our lip balm, they use petrolatum. And petrolatum is a crude oil. So we have 3 bullet points. Beeswax, made by bees, naturally antibacterial, softens the skin, does this. And then it said petrolatum, made from crude oil, used to remove car batteries. So 3 bad things about, and we got all these awards going crazy. Then we're getting cease and desist letters from Johnson & Johnson who makes chapstick. I say anything about Johnson & Johnson. I never said anything about chapstick. I just talked about petrolatum. And petrolatum is just a chemical. And there's no brand of petrolatum. So you can't sue me. So we kept doing this. We kept more and more cease and desist letters. I was hanging them up in my office. I'm not doing a damn thing about it. And it's stuff like that. I've made a career of doing stuff like that. And it's just like a mantra. Those 2 are I think the most important ones.
I think that the ingenuity of ads and marketing is actually really important, but because there is so much pressure, I work in ad tech, so I see this very much so. There's so much pressure to serve more ads and to have more of a person's attention. The quality of the advertisement has actually really fallen. And now it's more poor quality creatives as opposed to less high quality creative.
Yeah.
And considering linear TV is not being watched as often as it used to, and now it's on social media, the expensive ads that are 15 seconds or 30-second ads, they're not getting the ROI that they used to. And actually TikTok marketing really bothers me. And if I ever do a stand-up class again, I want to make a bit about the crazy shit that influencers say without batting and without even blinking or flinching for a second. It just comes out of their mouth and it's just the craziest stuff. They're trying to promote products that nobody needs, that nobody uses, and they're acting like it's common practice to use this random scrubber brush on the tiles of your bathroom ceiling. What? I got to tell you, the way the world was, and I'm not like as an old guy, but you have to understand it. When you had a TV ad, a print ad, a radio ad, any claim you made in the ad, you have to show legal documentation that you can say it. You have to show the testing. If you have someone who's doing a testimonial, any claim she makes, you have to show that you can support it. If she goes, I cleared up all my wrinkles in one day, they'll say, okay, show me where you have scientific proof that you can remove wrinkles in one day. So even a testimonial can say it. Now you can say anything. It doesn't happen anymore. Influencers, I just tried the product. And this is how I felt. And yeah, they paid me, but I always get paid. They've walked around that, which is great, but it's just lying over and over to people. Oh my God, I couldn't get my hair straight. And now I use one product. I get straight every single day. I never have to. And it's so bad. I do have to say though, what I really like, I love watching YouTube ads. And I keep getting fed these ads for flashlights, power hoses, and they're all, the government won't let you do this. Walmart won't let you buy this. The government, and they're all tactical. They like to invoke that army thing. This tactical walking stick, this tactical sneaker, this tactical frying pan. It's so laughable. And when you actually listen to what the ads are saying, it's like making this shit up. I love this. These tactical microphones that I'm talking to used to be used only in secret conversations between Israel and it's just ridiculous. But I do crack up over that stuff. But yeah, it's the Wild West out there. This is when I need to finally talk about my Amazon scam.
What's your Amazon scam?
So during the pandemic, I was part of all these WhatsApp groups that would text out an image, a graphic with a bunch of different products. And it would say like A1 and it would be a ring light. And then it'd be like A2 and it would be a massage gun. And you could request through that WhatsApp channel that the product that you want. So you text them like, I want A2. They would send you the massage gun. You would purchase it, but they would pay you back or you would return it. So you end up getting the product for free. And then you would review it 5 stars in exchange for having the product. And sometimes they'd even send you a gift card. This is fully prohibited. Like you cannot review a product that you didn't purchase. It's against the code of conduct. But there wasn't a good way for Amazon to catch this. So all these people were ordering products and then effectively getting gift cards to have them for free on the side. And so I think that year I got like 30 free products. And at some point I ran out of actual things I needed. So I started buying ridiculous things just to see what they were, like earwax cleaner, extra large bike seat, random stuff that I didn't even have. And then Amazon caught on to it and they removed all of my reviews that they expected to be as part of these scams. And then I interviewed for Amazon and I got the job. So I was like, I can't fight this. Like, if I'm going to be employed by this company, I can't be caught doing this. So anyone listening, there is a way for you to get free product from from Amazon as long as you're willing to leave a 5-star review.
How long ago was that?
That was pandemic, so 2020.
Because right now, you can review a product that you haven't bought. They allow the review, but it doesn't count as a verified. So I said, why would you allow that? It's just, you're asking for, and it counts towards your stars and the number of reviews. I think that's ridiculous. I like their old policy.
Yeah, I agree. For the integrity of the quality of the product, it's very important that people actually have tried it. But I can't lie and say that I did enjoy having a free ring light and massage gun and earwax cleaner that I never tried.
Hey, when you're finished with the earwax cleaner, may I borrow it, please?
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, if you ever buy anything on Amazon and it's not a brand that you've bought before, but you're buying a category, like I'm buying a toilet bowl brush. If the name of the company sounds made up, don't get it. They're all made by this one company. It's all shit. It's a quality crap. Go to a brand name that you've heard of. But I've returned so many things on Amazon for the business where the brand name is like Monsuda. Like it's like they put 3 words together and say that we'll make this a name. And there's no website for it. Or if you go to 2 of them, they have the exact same website. Go for a brand name. Anyway, for what it's worth.
Especially skincare products, if you ever buy from Amazon, you have to buy from the retailer.
Yep.
If you're buying IT Cosmetics, make sure it's like the IT Cosmetics or the L'Oreal store.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look who the store owner is. If it's not, that's great advice. Thank you.
Anytime. Okay. Up next, I have a skincare lightning round for you. Don't think too hard about the answers to these questions.
I never do.
I'm just curious to get your opinion. Okay. First one. Red light skin therapy, scam or legit?
Legit.
Why?
The science makes sense. I've done it once, but I'm just a naturally skeptical person. But the science makes sense. If it delivers what it says, then it should be good.
Okay, thanks. I do have some kind of $100 dupe red light therapy mask from Amazon because I was too stingy to spend $500 on one. So we'll see. Next one. New face, scam or legit?
I would say it's legit.
Why?
Just from the little I know, I haven't heard any calls of bullshit. So I think it's legit.
So I think it's legit too, but on one condition. It's legit if you use it religiously twice a day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the results they're not going to last.
It's like anything else. If you don't use something enough, you're not getting the benefit from it.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. What's an underrated skincare brand?
Hear Me Raw. And it's available on hearmeraw.com, HEAR, meraw.com. Underrated skincare. There's so many brands that are really good where the owners and the formulators, the chemists spend so much time making incredible formula and you never hear about them. It's such a hard business to be successful in. All of a sudden, Hailey Bieber can come in, start a line, and all of a sudden she's got this huge business. But the average person is trying to develop their business organically. You never hear of them. It's brutally hard to get in. So I would say almost every brand is underrated because they're not even known who they are. There's a lot more overrated brands. The overrated brands are the ones you know. The underrated brands are the ones you never heard of.
That was my next question. What's an overrated skincare brand?
An overrated skincare brand. I don't want to trash my competitors. I try not to name names. I would say La Mer. When you're spending that much money, the texture is amazing. It's more than texture.
I have a lot of opinions on this. This is my opinion. A couple of overrated skincare brands that are really popular for me are Glow Recipe and Drunk Elephant.
I would agree 1,000% on Drunk Elephant. First of all, they were the first ones where the word clean beauty came out. There's nothing clean about Drunk Elephant. Their packaging is all not sustainable. They use mixed material packages, airless pumps, stuff like that you can't even recycle them. So how can that be clean? And the ingredient, it's not natural, but it applies natural. I think they're completely overrated.
Okay. I have your next question. Why isn't men's skincare more of a thing?
I think guys are gorillas. I think guys they don't think of it like they put soap on their face. They'll take body lotion, put on their face. They just don't see it as part of their routine. I think a lot of guys think it's effeminate, which is such backward thinking. Why wouldn't you take good care of your skin? I take my brightener mask. I wear it 3 or 4 times a week in the morning. I work out with it. I'll cook with it. Then I'll shower it off and then have breakfast. And my skin's always amazing. And I think I look pretty good. That's when you're supposed to go, Mike, you look fantastic. That was your cue.
You look fantastic, Mike.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. You didn't need to say that. Thank you so much. But I think guys are just, it's hard. And they're quick. They want to go in and go out. Guys go into the bathroom in restaurants and they're texting, look at their emails while they're peeing. Okay, I don't know if you know this. I don't know. Guys, every time I go to urinal, there's a guy peeing and he's looking at his phone. Like, guys are animals. They just don't know any better. Women are so much better.
Thank you.
No.
I will take that personally. Thank you.
You should.
Okay, last question in the lightning round. What are the basics anyone must have in their skincare routine?
A great natural cleanser, simple. A great natural moisturizer, simple. And if sun is a concern, whether for anti-aging or sunscreen, that's it. Everything else is just a person by person, need by need basis. You have oily combination skin, enlarged pores, acne. That's one treatment you can get. You want remove lines and wrinkles, enhance firmness. That's another product you can get. But the basics, a great cleanser and great moisturizer. And think about it. That's what we used to do before cosmetics were invented, right? You find stuff to wash the stuff off your face, and you find some shea butter or some coconut oil and put it on your face. That's what people used to do.
Yeah, but people also lived till they were 40 years old back then. So they never aged.
That could be because they were getting eaten by animals, and we didn't have things like medicine.
Yeah. Okay, just a couple of questions left for you as we do this. One of the things I was curious about is now you're in an interesting chapter of your career because you're your own boss and you also run a family business with your daughter. Looking back on your career, what would your future self tell your past self?
That's a great question. Know your worth, learn how to say no. And the last one I'm stealing from a movie. There's a difference between quitting and quitting too late.
Ooh, that one was a good one. You've always got to leave on a high. That's also the comedy golden rule. Always leave when they're laughing the loudest. Don't try to milk it more. Leave on a high.
Thank you so much. Oh, my Margarita, I so appreciate it. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Exactly. I can't let you off the hook just yet.
All right.
Two very easy questions. The first, what is the best way to keep up with you on social media and learn more about your work?
You look at Hear Me Raw Skin. That's our handle on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm just Mike Indursky. I don't know why I would want to. But the last thing I posted was me playing Hava Nagila speed guitar, like surf guitar, Dick Dale style. I play Hava Nagila, one take. And I'm now doing these political things. Like these, you'll see more of these political things I'm doing. But I would say stick to what's on Hear Me Raw Skin instead of me.
If you follow Hear Me Raw Skin on Instagram, you can see Mike going around the streets of New York with a sign that says, want mushrooms? And then people come up to him and ask questions. And he's like, haha, just kidding. I sell a cleanser. I don't have shrooms for you.
We do this thing called Mike on the Mic. And the idea was to talk to people in the street about skincare. And it's fun, it's quick, and it's so cool. I mean, you'd be shocked in Soho. People running back and forth. Excuse me, you have 30 seconds to talk about skincare on TikTok? Sure. Of all the people I've interviewed, no one's ever said in the middle, I don't do this, or said at the end, you can't print this. Never. They love it. It's fun. And more surprisingly, they want to keep talking. And one of our videos got it went pretty viral. We got 320,000 views. Now, the person I was interviewing happened to be quite attractive. So I don't think I had anything to do with that. You never know. You never know. But it's fun. And it's just for the tourists to answer, it's that great New York story they tell. Oh my God, I was walking down the street in New York and then I got interviewed. I got this skincare at the end. It was so nice. It was so much fun. So it's rewarding to do that.
That's amazing. Okay. And last question for you. It's one that I ask every single guest of the podcast. Who would you like to nominate for People Do Want to Know?
I've got a perfect People Do Want to Know. Just one or two.
You can do two if you want.
I've got my dear friend, John Levy. John Levy is an author. He's a human scientist. He's a hell of a good guy. He has this organization called the Influencers, which are people who have done amazing things in life that you might not ever know. And he's one of my best friends. He'd be great. And the other person is Rachel Rothenberg. And she has a company called Wells. It's a scrub company. And she's a former designer from Oscar de la Renta. And she saw what was happening during COVID. the poor conditions that the nurses were in. And she said, I'm going to devote my time and energy to creating clothing for them. She's doing great, and she's such a sweetheart, and I love her to death. So those are the two people you want to know.
Both highly excellent nominations. Mike, thank you very much. It has been such a treat to speak with you, and I can't wait for us to take stand-up comedy together.
I do too. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to share with you my French Bulldog routine. It's really good.
Okay. Thanks for doing this, Mike. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please go ahead and rate us 5 stars. Be the first to hear our episodes by subscribing to People Do Want to Know wherever you get your podcasts. And for exclusive content, follow us on Instagram at People Do Want to Know.